We welcome all our listeners to the third episode of Voices of Muktangan. If you haven't checked out our first two episodes, kindly do check them out on our YouTube channel and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I want to begin this discussion by asking our listeners a very prominent question. Do you still get nightmares thinking about your maths exam? I think for many of us, the fear of numbers and numerical concepts is very real even to this date. Many of us continue to fear numbers and numeracy concepts right into our adulthood. But should that really be the case? I think that the problem is much greater than what we see. And we all understand that a weak foundation can never create a strong structure. And one of the primary reasons why children struggle with numeracy concepts is because the foundational understanding has not been strengthened early on in school as well as at home. And here, I would like to quote a specific statistic from a study that was conducted by Azim Premji University. On an average, 82% of children have lost at least one specific mathematical ability from the previous year across all classes. These specific abilities include identifying single and two-digit numbers, performing arithmetic operations, using basic arithmetic operations for solving problems, and describing 2D or 3D shapes, as well as reading and drawing inferences from data. So that's really a very serious problem. And if we keep this learning crisis that our young children are facing today, and also given this entire situation of the pandemic and the shift to remote learning, there is a huge gap in the number of children who are able to successfully continue their education. And this has created a complete state of deprivation. Many of the children are not able to fully develop their foundational literacy and numeracy skills. But I think the one thing that we can learn from maths itself is that every problem has a solution. So to help us learn more about the challenges of numeracy and strategies to mitigate them, in a manner that our children's emerging needs are met, we have with us our speakers today. Ms.Namita Tewari started her teaching career as a biology teacher in DAV School, Noida. She has taught biology to students from grade 6 to grade 10 and later joined Muktangan in the year 2013. Currently, she is the leader of the maths department and looks after pre-service, in-service teacher training and other outreach projects for the organization. Ms.Lata joined Muktangan in 2006 as a trainee. She started as a preschool teacher and continued teaching maths up to grade 10. The transition from a teacher to a subject faculty in 2015 and recently appointed lead faculty in 2021, she has learned new perspectives of helping children acquire numeracy skills. Her current role is planning for pre-service and in-service departments along with actively engaging in various outreach projects. Ms.Urmila Sonkar has been working in Muktangan for 10 years and has also completed her graduation while teaching here. She has acquired experience of 5 years with the preschool department and is currently teaching maths and science to 3rd and 4th graders. Thank you so much to all three of you for joining us in this discussion. And we are really looking forward to learning a lot from your insights and your perspectives on helping children strengthen their numeracy skills. So my first question is actually to Namita ma'am and Urmila ma'am. I want to understand more about what are some of the challenges that are faced by children and teachers with respect to numeracy, because what we see, the fear that we see, where children are fearing maths or adults are fearing maths, that is the symptom. But there are many deep-rooted challenges that go beyond this. So if you could highlight some of these challenges for us.
Hello, Shruti, and
Yes.
thank you very much for inviting me to this discussion. I would like to focus here more on the challenges faced by the teachers because I am basically associated with teacher training. And in the past, what I have seen is, and before this, I would like to quote that challenges are a natural part of mathematics. The biggest challenge, according to me, that is faced by the teacher is the understanding of the subject and then explaining it to children. It is also the anxiety and the insecurity about the subject. Use of mathematical language, as we say that math has a language. Lack of resources, and also I would say poor reading ability. So if I could sum up the three major challenges, according to me, would be the teacher's beliefs about teaching and learning content and pedagogy knowledge. And also, the very important is the time for reflection. Well, we are talking about numeracy. According to me, numeracy is the ability to grasp mathematical concepts, to deal with quantities. And I feel that the challenge here is the disconnect between the school math and the real world. Also, the lack of awareness and knowledge about the way we teach numeracy in schools. Just to give you an example, in the early years of numeracy, in the early years of childhood education, it is the understanding of numbers and counting, which I feel are a very abstract concepts. Both of them are very abstract concepts. These develop over a period of time through role plays, through exploration, and through many other ways. But what do we do actually? We basically go into rote learning and we just ask the child to rote learn the numbers, which is a very wrong practice. Then again, visualizing numbers in the different contexts, such as cardinal, ordinal, nominal numbers, spotting the relationship between them are some of the pedagogical practices which are very, very important for a teacher to understand before catering to the needs of the child. So according to me, these are the challenges that are faced by the teachers.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. जैसे कि मैं बच्चों के साथ डील करती हूँ, I am a teacher. So while solving the maths, children are facing very nervousness. They are irregular. When they are regular in school, they don't get proper attention and guidance due to many children in one class. At home, some of the parents, they are illiterate, जो पढ़े लिखे नहीं हैं, so they can't help to them. But their child to solve problem in the current situation, now in current situation, pandemic situation, when children are attending online class, their parents are helping to them while writing and reading. But when children are coming in offline in the school, they are facing so much problem because they are not habit to reading and writing. And teacher is also facing so much problem with children. They are giving to opportunity to more reading and writing. But when they are solving the number, now they are forget the number names, and they do not recognize the operation also. So means children are they are like about the situations के वजह से वो लोग बहुत ही पीछे चले गए हैं. So now when they are coming in offline, so they are struggling with very too much maths to solving the maths.
I think that you both of you have brought about very, very important points. One is that with respect to teachers, like Ms. Namita shared, that there is lack of resources, lack of the skills. Basically, how do we relate maths to the real world? And I think that is the most fundamental part of numeracy, because how are we going to connect something so abstract to our own world and our own surroundings? And I think that's where many children also struggle, because if we reflect upon our own education and how we have learned, it's a lot of rote learning. So there were times when I used to completely not understand these spatial concepts, and I used to wonder, how am I going to use this in my life later on, or where am I going to relate this? So this is the first point. And the second point is, of course, like you said, that the teacher-student ratio, that itself becomes challenging, because some children need individual attention. Yes. And with our current situation, with the number of children we have in every class and the limited number of teachers, it becomes extremely difficult for every child to get that kind of attention. And also the challenges at home, because while children are exposed to numeracy concepts in the classroom, in the school, at home it becomes extremely challenging for parents to help them understand this better. So I think these are some of the challenges, and that these structural and systemic challenges is what gets translated into the fear that we see in children, and that continues even to our adulthood. uh, Considering that, I would like to quote the Nipun Bharat here. The Nipun Bharat is saying that grade 3 is considered as an inflection point by when every child must understand basic mathematical operations. And this is something that they are trying to achieve by the year 2026-27. How are we helping children in primary years? Because in preschool, from preschool to primary grades itself is a transition for children. So how are we helping them build on their numeracy concepts that they have acquired in their preschool? So I would like to know a little bit more from you on this, Ms. Lata and Ms.Urmila.
Thank you, Skriti. We begin with the pre-number concepts with primary children, that is with grade 1, such as classification of the objects evolved, sorting according to their attributes, seriation, one-to-one correspondence, and subitizing, counting, matching, and ordering. We see children actively engage in such type of activities. In this way, we can see children learn by doing. This enables the children to connect with the previous knowledge as they get the exposure of these pre-number concepts in the preschool period. This is a major step where children feel comfortable in this transition. The primary stage beginners exhibit their understanding through representation. It can be in the form of drawings, for which we ask the children to make a small booklets like where they can represent these understanding through drawings, and also role plays or enacting simple poems or stories. To connect with these representations, the teachers provide related mathematical language and facilitate children with colorful vocabulary flashcards or simple sentences. If you see in Muktangan schools, there is a number line painted on the floor, which includes positive integers and negative integers. And when the children move from class to class or anywhere, like they observe this number line, they jump on these number line and they play with it. And the peer learning happens there. Like we take activities like moving forward on the number line, which is nothing but performing addition, and moving backward on the number line, which is like subtraction. So the children get naturally the mathematical operations here. So after playing on the number line, the teacher introduces algorithm.
थैंक यू मैम। जैसा कि अभी मैम ने बताया कि बच्चों के बारे में, और जैसे मैंने अभी श्रुति मैम ने बताया कि मैंने 5 साल प्री स्कूल में वर्क किया है, तो इन प्री स्कूल चिल्ड्रन लर्न मैथ्स थ्रू कॉन्सेप्ट एग्जांपल लाइक अ बिग, स्मॉल, नियर, फार. दे एक्सप्लोर मटेरियल्स एंड लर्न फ्रॉम द क्लासरूम एनवायरनमेंट. हमने अपने क्लासरूम को प्री स्कूल में इस तरीके से हम बना के रखते हैं कि बच्चे उनके मटेरियल के थ्रू मैथ्स के कॉन्सेप्ट को ग्रास्प करते हैं. That help children develop their numeracy skills, जो उन्हें नंबर्स में आगे के लिए बढ़ाते हैं. Through materials like blocks, puzzles and shapes, जो हमारे स्कूल क्लास में हम लोग ने एरिया वाइज उन्हें बना के रखा है. लाइक ब्लॉक एरिया होता है, आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट एरिया होता है, तो वहाँ पे छोटे बच्चे जाते हैं और वो नंबर के कॉन्सेप्ट जैसे बिग, स्मॉल, तो पिक्चर्स को ड्रॉ करते हैं. They that materials with which encourage them to develop numeracy skills. जैसे बच्चों से हम नियर फार हुआ, स्किप द नंबर, जैसे अभी मैम ने एक्सप्लेन किया कि नंबर लाइन के थ्रू बच्चों को नंबर की अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं होती है, बट दे स्टार्ट टू कॉन्सेप्ट के थ्रू स्टार्ट करते हैं नंबर्स को ग्रास्प करने के लिए. तो फ्रॉम प्री स्कूल टू प्राइमरी वी विल डू न्यूमरेसी लाइक दिस स्टेप्स.
So these practices help us to move the children from one step to another. If the foundation becomes strong, it will help in later stage through which the children become thinking individuals. That is what we feel.
I think that the key takeaway from what both of you have shared just now is one, exploration. It is very important that we create an environment for children in the school, give them all the resources, and uh, create that atmosphere where they have fun exploring different materials. And that is what successfully helps them build their numeracy concepts. Like, for example, and you also spoke about the integration, that children express their mathematical understanding by drawing. They also do it by performing different activities. That could also be through play. Learning by doing is what you shared, and I think that is the most fundamental thing, that all of us as educators and teachers need to concentrate on this, that an abstract concept, only when we make it more relatable, we engage in a certain activity, we remember the experience, and that strengthens our understanding of the concept. Thank you so much, Ms. Namita, Ms. Urmila, and Ms.Lata, for joining us in this discussion and for throwing light upon such an important aspect of helping children develop their numeracy skills. We hope to continue this discussion with you in the second part, and we request all our listeners to stay tuned. Thank you.